In today's video, I'm excited to introduce a new addition to my Timemore collection, the S3 grinder. Let's start with the unboxing. The S3 comes with a travel bag, a manual, a foldable handle with suggested grind sizes, and a little brush. The grinder itself looks premium and feels solid in hand. Timemore has finally added my favorite external adjustment system to their grinders. This is their first model with this feature, and it feels incredibly smooth, almost like a stepless adjustment. The adjustment ring has 9 numbers with 10 clicks between each, adjusting 15 microns per step. The grinder is well built and features an anti-slip pad at the bottom. It uses a screw-on catch cup. I'm spoiled by the magnetic cup used in other grinders, so I hope they will also include that in the future. The foldable handle works well, with a spring mechanism for easy folding and opening. There's a soft pad below the knob, a thoughtful design that acts as a knocker without scratching the grinder. I really like this foldable handle design. The grinder is more stable and less likely to tip over. Now let's check out the internal parts. It's quite simple to disassemble the S3. It has clear instructions on the dial below. Remove the knob to access the plate that keeps the burr in place. This is also the reason you don't need to recalibrate to the 0 point each time. This S to C conical burr set is Timemore's innovative design used in many of their grinders. It first crushes the beans before cutting them into smaller particles. I tried their C3 and X-Lite, and this burr design indeed produces better uniformity and less fine dust. The central shaft is very thick and features an extra red bearing, customized by Timemore for minimal clearance and high concentricity. This attention to detail shows how serious Timemore is about their grinders. The internal structure is very sturdy, allowing for smooth grinding with no wobbling. Overall, I'm very impressed with the build quality of this grinder. Reassembling is effortless. There's no tricky stuff. All you need to do is put everything back in order. There's no need for calibration, which is convenient, but it causes some issues. I'll explain more about this in the video later. Let's test the pour-over grinds. The recommended range is 5 to 8, so I'll start with the number 5. It's so convenient to switch brew methods with the external adjustment. That's why I like it. I'll be grinding 15 grams of light roasted Ethiopian beans. The experience is very smooth and effortless. I find it more comfortable than the X-Lite, which has larger gaps between the burrs. In comparison, the S3 efficiently feeds the beans into the burrs, so it can handle these dense, light roasted beans easier. It only takes 30 seconds to grind everything, one of the fastest hand grinders I've tested. This is essential for a hand grinder used daily. The Timemore S3 produces a beautiful grind quality, very consistent, very promising. At the finer end of their suggested range, it seems a bit coarser than I expected, so I might try setting it to number 4 for my own preference. I'm brewing with Timemore's B75 dripper. I've been using it daily and really like it. It has a faster flow rate and consistently produces a sweeter cup. Check out my previous review by clicking the link at the corner. The coffee is very clean, very impressive. I tried a few cups with different roasts. I found them to have great sweetness, no astringency, and mild acidity with a nice lingering aftertaste. Overall, it's very suitable for pour-over, regardless of roast levels. For the espresso test, it takes less than 50 seconds to grind for espresso. Not bad. The suggested range is 0 to 1. But even when I set it all the way to 0, the shot is still too fast. 18 grams in and 36 grams out in just 15 seconds. That's way too fast for espresso, even at the finest setting. So this S3 isn't really designed for espresso. Interestingly, even at the 0 grind setting, it spins smoothly, suggesting it can go even finer. Unfortunately, as I mentioned before, I can't calibrate it, so I think the S3 is mainly designed for filtered coffee, not espresso. However, I'm sure it will do the job for other brew methods like AeroPress or Moka Pot with its fine grinds. Now let's compare the S3 with the other two Timemore grinders I have, the X-Lite and the C3 ESP. Compared to the pricier X-Lite, the S3 actually looks and feels more premium. The X-Lite uses an internal adjustment system with 42 microns per step, while the S3 offers 15 microns per step with 90 settings. The X-Lite features a larger 42mm S to C burr with higher hardness, while the S3 has a slightly smaller burr. Despite this, both grinders perform great for filtered coffee. Compared to the C3, the S3 has better build quality and a more solid internal structure. The S3 has larger burrs and higher uniformity. It's a definite upgrade for pour-over coffee. However, the C3, especially this ESP version, can dial in for espresso perfectly. The S3, on the other hand, is mainly designed for filtered coffee. It weighs 794 grams, about 200 grams heavier than the X-Lite and the C3. To sum up, the S3 is very well built and premium. I love the external adjustment feature. It's definitely a trend I see for future hand grinders. With its thoughtful design and fast grinding time, it's great for daily use. The grind quality is excellent for pour-over and other brew methods. However, if you're mainly into espresso, this grinder might not be the best fit. Check out their C3 ESP or other espresso grinders instead. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.